Dude, yesterday was so productive, okay? First of all, I came up with I came up with a guitar version for my song Cloudless. And I usually don't like to use just like the same chords between both. I ended up finding like the right chords that I felt like really kind of captured the vibe of this song, where it's like not overtly sad, but it's like happy, but it has like an overtone of sad, you know? Anyway, I found those chords. I actually, before I even started trying to produce the song, I tried to start with the acoustic version, but it doesn't, it just didn't come to me, so I just moved on to the production. I just thought I wouldn't be able to find the chords on the guitar. But yesterday I was just messing around with it and I found the chords and I was like, wait, this actually sounds right. And I think for my song, it was just really hard for me to try to I didn't want it to be overtly sad, like a bunch of minor chords, but I didn't want it to be overtly happy either. You know, I feel like some of the saddest songs are actually major, like Ariana Grande's song Ghostin' has like the saddest lyrics ever, but the actual song is major. And so is like the Beatles is Yesterday. Like there's like other examples too. I was trying to find more, but like they're all major. And it's just because if it was like minor, it's just kind of, it starts to feel a little melodramatic. There's almost something more sad about it being major, because then the instrumental is less sad and more beautiful, and you can focus on the lyrics and how they make you feel more. But anyway, yesterday after that, I ended up doing some music production. Oh wait, okay, let's not open my laptop yet, because when it starts whirring, it like ruins the video's audio, which I found out yesterday. But anyway, I yesterday I started doing music production for this song, and I think I showed it to my friend and two other people who still haven't responded, so I'm a little concerned for them. I'm a little worried if they're okay. I don't know. But I showed it to one of my friends, and I was like, what does it make you think of? And she said, it makes me think of like being in a desert at night, and then in the distant, there's like a distant city with like sparkling lights, and I'm like, that was not what I was going for at all, but I 100% know why she was getting that imagery. I think for me it's really important that like I nail down the imagery of my production. Like I want everyone to come to like a similar imagery when they listen to it, you know? That's what I want. I don't want it to be ambiguous, and I don't want it to be something like that, which was not what I was going for. I wanted to go for like just like a hot day, a really big blue sky in the city. That's what I wanted Cloudless to feel like. I know why she was getting desert, because I wanted like a wave sound, because there's no percussion in Cloudless. So I added this like locust sound from Labs, and it sounded really cool, but I think it was giving desert, it was giving tumbleweed, you know? So I got rid of that. I replaced it with some actual wave sounds. Then I changed I changed some of the synths. There was like a lot of low end synths. I changed one of them to be just like a higher end frequency type of sound with less low end in the synth. And then I changed the other kind of like bass flute sound to be like an octave higher. So when I got rid of all the low end, it started to go from like a nighttime vibe to a daytime vibe. I sent it back to her. Now she's like, I feel like I'm getting the scorching sun heat, and I'm on the beach, and the mood is kind of like I'm like high or drunk and just like mellowed out. And I'm like, okay, that's closer. Like that's the mood I want to go for. But on the beach is not what I wanted to go for. So I was like, oh man, I don't know how to fix this, because I still needed the wave sound. But I got rid of the wave sound, and then I put like some street ambience, and I just need her to get back to me and tell me that that worked. It's not even street ambience, it's mainly like white noise with the occasional like car honking. but it's like mostly white noise. It kind of feels. But then I tried to mix it, and this is really crazy, but for some reason when I mixed it, I added like EQ and stuff, and then reverb, and then took out all the dry noise, and then it started to remind me more of like Europe, it felt more like Europe street noise. Like, for I think just because it was a lot more echoey, and then I guess I just associate that with Europe. Like maybe there's more open space in these cities. Maybe our cities feel more cramped. I don't know why it reminded me of Europe. I think maybe I just associate like the tunnels stuff with Europe. Like I don't know why. It was more echoey, like a tunnel or something. I think I just associate that more with Europe. I've literally never been to Europe, so I don't I don't know why, but I thought it did sound really classy with the street ambience though. Started to sound like, and I think that my friend was like, well, she did get. Oh, also, I think another reason why I was giving like scorching heat was when I switched it out, the synth out for a synth with like much higher frequencies. That's just kind of like the vibe of the other synth, and I gotta note that for the future. The thing is like you can fully like make intentional structural choices to get the song to be reminiscent of what you want it to be reminiscent of, and that's just something I learned as like a film composer. But I always thought it had to do with instrumentation, but then yesterday I kind of learned it has to do with frequencies as well. Like the lower frequencies is just so much more reminiscent of nighttime, and when I had a lot in the lower end initially, like a lot was going on in the lower end, and when I like cut it and moved it all to the upper end, it suddenly started to feel like day, and for me every song either feels like night or day, and there's no exceptions. And like if it doesn't feel like night or day, it's just, I don't know, I need to like give it an association. It's the only way I can like make sense of music. Doesn't necessarily mean I'll only listen to it at that time or evening or like sunsetish time, but yeah, night, day, or evening or morning. And sometimes I even start associating like weathers with it. Like for me that's just how I see all music, and I want to kind of like master that to serve my lyrics, like how to come up with that in terms of music production to serve my lyrics. But yeah, okay. My friend was telling me yesterday, like, oh, thanks for showing me your song that you before you released it. And I was like, no, like I'm still in the beginning of making this song. I'm nowhere near being done with it. So I but then I kind of, that was like we were on like the beach version of this song. So I kept working on it after she went to bed. I just kept working on it. And I think I got to a point where I started like just replaying it over and over again simply because I liked it. And I feel like a song is like kind of done when you get to that point, and also when it makes you feel something that you just weren't feeling before. I also last night after she went to bed, it was just getting really late, and I started watching like Big Time Rush because I just kind of remembered it out of nowhere, and I was like, I want to kind of see it again, see what it was like. And I think I binged like 2 episodes or 2 or 3 episodes, and yeah, that show is like, I don't know, there's just something about it that just really gripped my attention. And I was watching it, and then every now and then I would stop and be like, I want to listen to my song, and then I would listen to my song, and then I would actually go back to watching it because it was kind of like addicting. I don't know, I used to watch it as a kid like a lot, and I don't know, they did something about it. It's just like you just want to keep watching, like I don't know. But I also kind of realized like maybe it helped me because I think my song subject is supposed to be sad, and maybe the subject matter is a little bit intense, and being able to like take breaks and like do something else was more upbeat and then come back to it, I think was good for me. And I feel like if I just like kept pounding my head at trying to keep working on it, it would have been harder. Like it might have been less productive, I feel like. And I think when making the song, like I think my ability to feel is like really important. And I don't know, maybe like watching the Big Time Rush was kind of resetting it in a way, because I wasn't getting, like I was having like a ability to just be like healthily removed from the song in a way. But yeah, so that was that. Today, I think I'm just gonna listen back to my songs and maybe work on the mixing and hopefully get feedback on it, find more people. And also do the normal things like study and do my research.